What up, family? How's everybody doing?
Blessed and highly favored, bro.
So far, so
Another
good. What's good, family?
All is well. What's going on, brother Brent?
Oh man, not much, brother. Just happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
86 Ghosts. How's everything going, brother?
So far, so good. Eating good too.
What you eating?
Right now, some Swiss rolls, but I'll be back to pasta in about 30 minutes.
I hear you, but uh, good evening or afternoon for some of y'all, depending on what coast y'all at. But just had to do, just felt like doing a show actually tonight. Um, with the NBA Finals happening. Um, what you say? What day did the first game between the Miami Heat and the Nuggets?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Just want to, just sit down, shoot the breeze, chop it up. But those who don't know, I got something for you guys, and I mentioned to you guys earlier. How do y'all feel about Shannon Sharpe leaving undisputed?
Bro, I was shocked when I actually heard about that, man. I'm waiting to hear my brother's take on it, man.
I was jumping up and down, like what I'm saying. I'm just glad that Shannon Sharpe is moving on from that clown. Skip, he's that guy who really never had any talent, and just being thankful for him, being in the profession and making money. He got to sit there with his platform and hate on people that were physically gifted, you know, better than him. So I mean, I'm glad Shannon is moving on. I just wish Shannon keep that same energy. Like he wanna go after Kwame and go after John Moran and the Memphis Grizzlies, but he let Skip say whatever he want to say out of his mouth. But you know, that's all.
Yeah, bro. I mean, just to kind of piggyback off what JB said, I think it's long overdue. Uh, and to kind of piggyback off what JB said, Skip Bayless, he kind of reminds me. I don't know if y'all know this popular grifter female white YouTuber named Just Pearly Things. Skip Bayless reminds me a lot of her from the standpoint of this lady has no real talent,
Mm, mm, mm.
yet her platform was pretty much built on the black back. Her platform was built on the back of other black YouTubers like Sarah Garvey and King Riches and all these other YouTubers that are on her platform. And in addition to that, the black YouTubers that she's collaborated with. And as a result, she became the extremely popular YouTuber that she is. But deep down, whether she wants to acknowledge it or not, whether she admits it or not, to a certain degree, she's a white supremacist. So despite how much, how many black boyfriends she's had, despite what she's done, basically she a white supremacist, and I'm kind of glad Shannon is moving on. And like JB said, it's ironic that he's going after Kwame Brown. He's going after Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies team. Like literally want to physically fight because he's such a LeBron James fan. Yet on the other hand, on a daily basis, he lets this dude get on national television and disrespect him to his face. And in terms of a physical confrontation, it would be no confrontation. It wouldn't be a fight. It'll be more like Shannon Sharpe whooping his behind. But yet, when it comes to the black people, you don't have the same energy. So it's, like 7A say, I don't like that. But at the same token, I think it's long overdue. And hopefully he try to put his energy, his efforts in the club Shay Shay and just elevate that platform itself.
Jared, you got a name for that. What did you call it?
Oh, nigga courage.
Yep.
That's
Called
funny.
it nigga courage. So if those who don't know what nigga courage is, nigga courage is basically you bold enough to go against, even if they right or wrong. You don't, you are not scared to attack any black man or woman, but you don't keep that same energy with any other type of race. So that's what I call nigga courage.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well call it Shakur Stevenson courage too, because
Yeah.
he's similar to people in the same way. To be real,
Dang.
Shots fired.
Can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that, coach. He Puerto Rican.
yeah, like some niggas say, when he needs to go all of these amateur boxing tournaments, was his Puerto Rican dad there? No, he was with Bill and Devin Haney. So if anything, guess what? I mean, I don't know. It'll be a whole nother rant if I get to talking about this. So just let me
Right.
Right. And before we go any
okay.
further, let me salute the mighty LDBC. Also the people in the chat. Living Big with Big Reds. Thank you, brother. Jay Barr. Salute Coach and Jared 011.
What's good with you, bro?
Open mic with OTR Mike. He said, yo, what up, family? Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
What up, Mike?
But
Appreciate you, Mike.
And salute to all the HBCUs. When HBCUs football season come,
Yes,
me
sir.
and Coach
Southern
are gonna
University, home of the mighty Jaguars.
Yeah, I know. Coach had to hit it one time. He had to represent for his Jaguars, and we'll cover the HBCU landscape.
They got to get a quarterback first.
Ooh.
Hey, if Marcus Jacoby could win a swag championship, then guess what? Harold Blood could also.
True. I had to throw a rock and have my hand real quick, Coach.
I know. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because guess what? That's gonna be one of my next videos. Talking about they got a running back that transferred from Alabama A&M to Southern, and in addition to that, the Harold Blood slander out here in these, in these Baton Rouge streets, in these SWAC streets. So that's my next couple of videos.
Get them right then, Coach. And y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Coach 67 Sports TV. He be throwing out that fire.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and my brother Brandon Bazell on YouTube. Also, y'all look out for Brent Fox. He's gonna come with his content pretty soon. Also, open mic with OTR and living big with Big Red. So as y'all know, all of our folk are mostly content creators, but we support each other. So that's how we do around here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But going back to the the topic we opened about Shannon Sharpe, I like JB said, I think it was a long time coming. I knew this was gonna happen. Coach, if you remember a couple of shows ago, I basically said that eventually he was gonna leave Skip. But what kind of made me mad at Shannon Sharpe is when he basically insulted him on live TV.
Yeah, the Tom Brady diss.
Yeah. That's when me personally, I would have started making my way out after that. But he a grown man. He knows what's going on behind closed doors. So I guess he decided now it's the time to do that. 86 Ghosts. What do you think, brother?
I mean, I think even before that, I think he was looking to get his way out, but I think he just had to enlarge his platform. I think Shannon personally would rather be an analyst instead of talking about people all day and all night. Even on his social media, he doesn't do that. I feel like it was just a character for that show. I mean, the show pays well.
That's
Good
a good
point.
perspective.
Very good point. And plus, if y'all don't know his Club Shay Shay, I'm not really a fan of his name, the name of his uh podcast or his show, but it's doing shit. It's doing better than mine, way better than mine. And
Doing
it's
better than everybody. It's fire. Don't just compare him to yours. It's just
Yeah, bro.
he's just
That's an unfair comparison considering the
no,
fact
no,
that
no. I'm just saying
yeah,
the
he
people.
played in the NFL, bro. Your platform is growing and it's showing improve. So you can't compare yours to his.
I
I mean,
know. I'm just
he played in
saying.
the NFL, bro.
I'm just using that because some people don't know their place. Some people put their mouth on situation. Wait a minute, you just starting. So that's where I was coming from when I
Well,
said that.
well, your place is that you growing and you elevating and you being exalted every day. So man, you good, bro. You growing.
I appreciate the love, y'all. But um, basically, he didn't need, in my opinion, he didn't need Undisputed because he's doing good on YouTube. Um, like Brandon or 86 Goat said, basically, uh, he's a good analyst. So I mean, either way, he good. He don't need Skip.
I think he used from to Brandon's point. I think he used undisputed. Um, he used it for to build his other platform, the Club Shay Shay. So
So you think he used undisputed as a stepping stone for Club Shay Shay?
I think so.
I think so. Oh, my fault.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
good?
This is what this for. Go ahead and speak your truth, Brent.
Yeah, I think as Club Shay Shay was building momentum, I think that was his play all along. Like, you know, he was gonna try his own hand out, and he was gonna do that by building up Club Shay Shay, and maybe when he got in proper position, he was gonna go ahead and just exit Undisputed. Um, Shannon Sharpe, at the end of the day, is a human being. Now, no matter how many times he sounds like what is the dude Steven from Django or whatever, he knows in his heart of hearts, man, that he shouldn't be taking that type of disrespect. So I'm actually very proud of him for taking a chance on himself, like literally taking a chance on himself and stepping away. I appreciate it. The other thing is I would like to find out what the official statement of him leaving Undisputed actually sounded like. Maybe there were some nuggets in there about Skip Bayless's treatment towards him or something like that. More than likely, it's probably not. I think that he'll probably just say that he just wanted to move on to something else or something like that to kind of mask it. For maybe some future opportunities with like major networks. But at the same time, Shannon supposedly prides himself on saying that, hey, I speak my truth all the time. I speak my truth all the time. So I want to see what his truth is. If he's going to be truthful about the situation or if he's just going to try to be politically correct.
Facts. But then you bring up, I and again, I like Kwame. I don't agree everything come out Kwame Brown mouth, but he gonna his last segment he was talking about Kwame and how he disagreed about Kwame's take on LeBron. And Kwame was just bringing up a point from a basketball perspective because he played basketball. Don't matter if he was a bust or not. He played the game. But he was just making the point how what LeBron doesn't do in certain situations. And he went on, started crying on Undisputed because he's a LeBron James fan and calling LeBron. He did the same thing, Brent, that to Kwame that Skip Bayless did to him. He was how he compared how Skip compared Tom Brady to him. He did that to Kwame, saying that Kwame was a bust, and LeBron is look at LeBron, look at you. I said, see that's the damn problem right there. people don't really look at themselves when they talk. So how you gonna get offended with Kwame, but you're not gonna get offended with Skip? And that's exactly a good point for Brent. I want to see what he says about this situation.
And the crazy thing to me is, in terms of the whole like Kwame Brown is a bust narrative, yeah, he might not have had the career that LeBron James is having, but people don't realize like that whole he's a bust narrative. That really kind of was formed by people in the media that were huge Michael Jordan fans, and they really kind of manufactured that narrative. I mean, Kwame Brown played a lot of years in the NBA, and he was a productive player. I mean, he didn't live up to expectations with the Wizards, but it's not his fault that he was in a difficult situation. I mean, he literally jumped straight from high school. So, I mean, I don't like that aspect of it. But to me, the even bigger question is who's Skip Bayless going to leech off now? I mean, he no longer has Stephen A. Smith.
Ooh.
And in addition to that, Shannon Sharpe is going to leave. So, who is he going? Whose coattails is he going to ride at this point in terms of to keep Undisputed going? Because I'm going to be truthful, unless they get a top tier co-host to go with him, and that show is going to fly.
Yeah, nobody want to listen to Skip all day.
They gonna bring back Jason Whitlock.
Oh hell!
Oh, that cool name.
Y'all have any of y'all seen Skip Bayless's podcast on YouTube?
I've seen a glimpse of it when he was talking about Lamar.
Yeah, not
Talking
interested.
talking about he had what did he say, Brandon? He had somebody told him that Lamar wasn't studying and some stuff like that. I'm like, you would find somebody to get that type of information.
A person inside the Ravens organization
Yeah.
commenting on how Lamar shows up to every meeting, but he shows up late or he looks uninterested, and some type of what was it? He looks uninterested and he's just not overall not paying attention. He's not giving attention and respect to the coach at the board or what have you. So he's
Did
there,
that-
but
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, I was saying this, Brandon. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was like, this is before he got paid. So
oh, yeah. This was it was actually about 2.5 months before he got paid.
right.
Because I remember it was still cold outside. It was early in the year. It was still cold out. It was still cold outside. It was like March or something like that.
Okay.
So 86 girls, someone asked you this question, bro. Is his podcast like watching paint dry or what?
I couldn't tell you. It was late night. I was out of YouTube content, and I turned it on to go to sleep too.
There you go.
It tells me everything I need to know.
Outside of that 15 minutes of what he said about Lamar, I fell asleep. I woke up, and it was time to go to work.
Just didn't give a damn about anything else he had to say. Great.
I barely made it to that, so it was 2:30 in the morning. So
Hey, if me and JB's internet go out, y'all keep cooking. We'll be back. Our internet been tripping all day, but
Hey, the backwoods of Texas, bro.
backwoods of Texas, man.
His backwoods getting us, man.
But yeah, I'm not surprised, man. Skip's gonna try to leech off like Coach 67 said. He gonna try to leech off for somebody. But moving on to another topic, y'all. And again, this is random. Just anybody can just bring up any topic. We'll just eat off that. But what do y'all feel about Heat versus Nuggets in the finals?
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, I think the better team won between the Heat and the Celtics, but from a coaching perspective, just watching the Celtics play, I couldn't beat Joe Mazzulla during Game 7. In fact, during Game 1 through 3 in Game 7, because I would have been cutting up on the sideline, bro. It's rare to see a team that's that talented with such a low basketball IQ from the standpoint of like you don't run offense. From a coaching standpoint, I've always been big on ball movement and body movement. And I think the worst thing that happened to the NBA was Golden State winning the championship because the NBA is such a copycat league. Every team wants to jack up threes, even though, Steph and Clay is essentially the greatest shooting backcourt of all time. And most players can't shoot as well as they do. Yet all of these teams just want jack up threes constantly. And Boston is no different. Boston, basically, they just live and die by the three. Miami pretty much outworked them during the course of their series. Boston is a more talented team, but the Heat is a better team. They work hard, they play together, and I like that aspect of it. But just kind of touching on the Eastern Conference Finals, from a coaching standpoint, especially once you start off the game going 0 for 12, hey, I'd call timeout. Like, hey, we need to run offense. I don't care if we run a high pick and roll or whatever the case may be. We running offense. We're just not going to jack up all of these stupid threes early in the shot clock. From a coaching standpoint, it just aggravated me. Now, from the NBA Finals perspective, I'm going to be truthful. I think the Nuggets pretty much going to have their way with the Heat. I say maybe to go 6. But the Heat doesn't have anybody match up with the Joker. I think Bam Adebayo probably going to, try his best. And he going to get up in him and he going to try to, make him work as hard as he could. But the Joker has the advantage on the block and on the perimeter. And then, of course, when him and Jamal Murray kind of get it going together. In addition to that, if you look at Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr., Contavious Caldwell Pope, I think the Heat going to struggle in the finals, and I see it going 6 games max.
Anybody agree with that?
Yeah, but devil's advocate, the Lakers almost had a plan for Joker. Them getting him in them pick and rolls and foul trouble was the best thing that they could do. And the Heat's a more spread out team than the Lakers. The Lakers, it was LeBron, and if AD didn't help, it was just over. The Heat's more well-rounded, deeper team, so they can avoid Jamal Murray and Jokic, and somebody else can cook. Caleb can cook. You have Jimmy who can attack the basket. He can cook. Bam is good off the pick and rolls with the assist sometimes, depending on how maybe the defense collapses. So, it's more of a matchup thing. You can't stop Joker. You can't stop Murray. Who's going to stop Jimmy? And who's going to stop Caleb?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You brought up some very valid points, but I think the issue with Bam being in high pick and roll, I think he's good in terms of being, a decent ball handler, and he's, from a coaching standpoint, he's one of what I call a hustle bunny type player. He gonna scrap, dive for loose balls, he get rebounds, that type of thing. But I think you're right from the standpoint of, the same way teams used to do Shaq back in the day. You put the Joker is in many pick and roll situations as you could, but I think the fact that Bam can't shoot like maybe like an Al Horford or Anthony Davis, I think the Nuggets is gonna play a lot of drop coverage, and they're just gonna sag off of Bam and just kind of dare Bam to shoot or do something and score the ball.
Yeah, well, Struss has the 3-pointers. He's good with that, but Hero actually comes back in game 3, supposedly.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The Heat, they're a deep team. Like you say, Strauss, Caleb Martin has been balling. Don't get me wrong. I like Jimmy Butler, but to me, I feel like Caleb Martin was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion. So you're right from the standpoint. They just don't rely solely on Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, because for the most part, those last couple games in the Eastern Conference Finals, they really didn't play their best, but Caleb Martin still came through. Vincent. So they're a deep team. So the Nuggets not going to just, they're not gonna be just keying on one particular person. But I think in the finals, like you said, the matchups kind of favor the Nuggets, and I think the Heat gonna scrap and they're gonna fight hard. I mean, they're gonna show a whole lot more fighting than a lot of teams that the Nuggets have faced. But I think this is gonna be too much for the Heat, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Heat's only chance for me is Spoelstra. If he can outcoach the Denver Nuggets coach,
Mike Malone.
he has been in the situations. He has learned from LeBron as well as Pat Riley. So if he can outcoach the other coach and get the dynamics correct, he can pull it out.
I agree. Eric Spoelstra can coach his ass off.
He's a decent coach. He had the privilege to have talent around him for years.
True.
I wouldn't say he's like a Phil Jackson. I wouldn't go that far. This comes from a Heat fan. But he knows how. If he put it this way, if he got weapons, he know how to he know how to use the weapons.
I mean, Phil Jackson didn't do anything without superstars either.
See, there you go.
I mean, that's true because just think he had Jordan Pippen in Chicago, and he had Shaq and Kobe in LA. So I mean, it's not like he took the Clippers with Michael Olukanda to the NBA championship. I mean, let's be realistic,
That's true. I honestly never looked at it like that. We just knew Phil Jackson was great, but you take away Michael Jordan, you take away Kobe or Shaq or players like that. What does Phil have? So you got a good point. But going back to our talking point, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be back. I'll gladly eat crow. I'll happily eat crow if my Heat can pull it off and beat the Nuggets in the 7-game series or less than that. But I just don't see it. I think Jamal Murray, his game will be, is how we play defense. Sometimes it's easy pickings for him. The Joker, ain't nobody stopping him, man. Our only chance is Bam and Jimmy Butler play lights out along with Caleb and the other and the following cast. And Duncan Robinson coming off the bench and continue hitting threes, and maybe Kevin Love coming off the bench and playing well. So everybody just has to be immaculate in the Heat to beat the Nuggets. But I'm picking the Nuggets to make history. I'm picking the Nuggets to make history for them to win their first championship, unfortunately.
Because the Heat ain't really supposed to be here. Well, because I don't give a damn about the Denver or the Heat. I got some array of light in my dark tunnel. My Pistons hired Monty Williams, so we will see.
I mean, let's get a general manager to go with him, bro. I don't think he's going to do a whole lot.
So you can turn that light off.
Well, a man can hope. Yeah, we're gonna be sorry again next year, but hopefully.
Sorry for busting your bubble, man.
That's all good. I don't even know why black coaches be getting these jobs on these sorry ass teams.
I mean, like you said, that's a valid point because it's not like Monty Williams got the Brooklyn Nets job when they had KD and Kyrie and James Harden,
Right.
I mean, if you're a black coach, you can't turn a bad team around. They don't want you.
Right.
That's true. Because even if you look at the how Steve Kerr took over the Golden State Warriors. I mean, it's like, bro, come on.
See, that's the thing. They build. We all watched
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson build that team. Draft Draymond, draft Curry, draft Thompson. And once he got them competitive, they gave it to Steve Kerr. And Steve Kerr ain't a bad coach. He doing what he's supposed to do. I'm not gonna shit on Steve Kerr, but I'm just saying, Mark Jackson pissed somebody off.
Oh, he did. He did. He did. Supposedly, some like, he has these strong Christian beliefs, and I think it was some like LGBTQT type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I think he made some kind of comment along those lines, and he stood on the square. He refused to back down. He didn't apologize, so he's kind of been blackballed ever since. But
Okay, that makes sense. I remember that story too.
Yeah, I mean that's that's a very valid point. That situation just kind of reminded me so much of situation with Tony Dungy and John Gruden with the Tampa Bay Bucks so many years ago. It's like, Tony Dungy put everything together in
facts. He did.
Got all the credit for when they won the Super Bowl. So a few players like Warren Sapp acknowledged it, but for the most part, Tony Dungy didn't get the credit he deserved for putting everything together.
And then we see that what's your boy you just named? Gruden.
Yeah.
Him coaching teams, he can't coach for shit.
I mean, not if it's already laid out like it was for the Bucks. I mean, unless he inherits that type of situation, I think he's just a glorified offensive coordinator more than anything. He's not a head coach in my estimation.
No, he's not a head coach. He's like Rex Ryan. Hell, at least Rex Ryan had a good season. One good season with the Jets.
Yeah, but Brent Fox, I know you're a football guy, but what you think?
As far as coaches taking over after somebody has built a program?
That you just did that, or who you pick in the finals, the Heat or the Nuggets?
To be honest with you, it looks on paper, and I'm not a basketball aficionado. I am not going to pretend to be, but it looks like on paper, that Miami seems to be the more complete team, if I'm not mistaken. But I think as far as momentum goes, which is more important, the Denver Nuggets have that. So I'm not sure. And then, Miami had to play 7 games. The Denver Nuggets are pretty well rested and have to play 4. Now that could actually work against them, but I think with the momentum that they actually have, I think unfortunately, the Nuggets may take it. Maybe 5 or 6 games.
Living with Big Reg agrees with. He said he'd take the Nuggets in 4.
Now, well rested or well rusted?
I think it kind of depends on how they play. If they struggle in game 1, it's rust. If they play well, it's rest. So it kind of depends on how you look in the next series. It's kind of like it's beneficial if you play well. It's detrimental if you don't.
They gonna light Miami ass up.
I take the Nuggets in 5.4.
Yeah, I say 5 or 6. I'm gonna go with 6. I mean, I'm gonna give the Heat some credit because they're not gonna lay down like some dogs, like the 76ers did in Game 7 against the Celtics. I mean, the Heat gonna fight,
Y'all seen Embiid try to blame his teammates after the game?
Oh man, he make me sick. I'm not gonna lie. I had to retract. Basically I said last year the Joker wasn't the MVP in my opinion. It was Joel Embiid. And seeing the way he played in that series, I had to retract what I said. And I'm like, yeah, the way the Joker playing right now, and the way Embiid looked in Game 6 and Game 7 of that series, I'm like, bro, you just made yourself look bad. You threw your teammates under the bus. Doc Rivers got fired. James Harden opted out. To me, I think the next step for that team is to find some kind of way to get rid of Harris. Man, he's getting paid entirely too much money to be a fourth, fifth option. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, it is crazy. Guys, I got a story for you guys. It's been floating around on these YouTube streets. It's dealing with sports, but dealing with it has something to do with being careful with the woman you pick, and be careful on the decisions you make. So, have you ever heard of he's a former NFL player, wide receiver,
Travis Rudolph.
Travis Rudolph.
Yeah, it's been real hot
Mm.
on YouTube streets. I saw it earlier on Crimson Cure and Jada Black. He touched on it also. Break it down for him, bro.
So basically, he had got into it with his girlfriend, and there's a video of her via camera. I can't remember if it was a hotel somewhere or whatever, some establishment. Caught her, attacking him.
No, it was at his home.
It was at his home. Okay, so he had a camera in his home.
It was the Ring doorbell footage.
The Ring doorbell footage. Thank you, Coach. And basically, she broke his phone or whatever, and scuffling, happened, and basically she went and told the men in her family that old boy was trying to, abuse her. So they went to go see about him. Basically, they went to the front door and he took out an AR-15. By then, they started, running. And he started spraying and killed, a few of them.
Killed her brother. And
killed her brother.
Just to kind of add further context to it, the woman was married, so she was married, and she was cheating on her husband with Travis Rudolph, and Travis Rudolph was also dealing with another female, and when she found out that he was cheating, essentially she put hands on him. She left. She came back. I think they said allegedly she grabbed the tequila bottle and hit him upside the head. She slapped him, multiple things. And then thereafter, she called her brother and him and 3 other people. And basically she told them to shoot this B up. No, shoot this S up.
Yep.
So told them to shoot it up. And basically like the brother said, Jared, when the 4 of them pulled up, of course, one person had a gun in his pocket. She made it seem like, they were just gonna go talk to him. No, man, they had ill intent for that young man. And like he said, he had an AR-15, and I think he fired like 36 rounds, and our brother ended up getting killed. But she deleted her text message, and basically she tried to absolve herself of like any wrongdoing in the situation. And the crazy thing about it, she's been, the trial has been going on. As far as I'm concerned, just, listening at some of the things she said, she's lied. She's left out certain truths during the course of the trial. And I'm like, instead of this man being on trial and fighting for his life, she should be on trial. And in addition to that, she got her brother killed. But, and
it's not looking good for him. I ain't gonna lie, because, he's trying to use stand your ground, right? But the messed up part is they're trying to say, well, they turned around and tried to run. So that point, that kind of, that is not stand your ground if somebody's running away from you. But
bro,
that's what they trying to say. But my thing is, if somebody's trying to attack me and they see that their plan ain't gonna work and they trying to run, and I just so happen to let a few shots off, if they on my property, but that's why a lot of people say the laws in Florida is crazy. But go ahead, Coach.
Bro, I'm gonna be truthful in this context. I think he should get off because
exactly. I agree.
mean, he had no prior history or track record of any criminal activity. And in addition to that, she assaulted him, and then she lied and said that he attacked her. So essentially, she called her brother and her goons over to come and kill this man, and he got a competitive advantage on them. And as a result, her brother ended up getting killed. So I don't even see why he's on trial. If anything, she should be on trial because guess what? I mean, she initiated everything. I mean, he just protected himself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know some people are basically saying that essentially, is a shotgun or assault rifle combination of the two. He didn't need that much artillery, but essentially, 4 goons showed up to his house with the firearm to do him harm. So I think he's well within his right to protect himself. And in addition to that, I think she should be on trial instead of him because, I mean, basically, just to kind of further add context, she was a married woman that was cheating on her husband with him. And when she found out that he was messing with another woman, she attacked him. So it's like the whole situation, I don't understand how she's being absolved of everything, how she's not being held accountable for her actions in this situation. And just seems as if, from what I'm seeing on, in terms of the trial, even, sitting on the witness stand, like she's flippant, like she's disrespectful, she's sarcastic, and
I'm gonna show all that before you continue or the other brothers give their perspective. I'm gonna play this video, 2 videos actually. One basically explaining the case, and the other about the girlfriend.
Okay.
Let me know if y'all can hear it. I know. Let me make sure I share the audio.
Yes, sir.
Share. Yep, share tab audio. Yep, that's what I want. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Prosecutors show the jury some surveillance video that they say that shows that Travis Rudolph was the aggressor, that he was shooting at 4 men who came apparently to shoot up his house. Although one of those men testified today saying that just meant they were there for a fist fight, not murder. Prosecutors say Travis Rudolph was the aggressor the night in April 2021. 4 men showed up at his door, Rudolph shooting 39 rounds as they fled following a fight, showing jurors this surveillance video of bullets flying from Rudolph's semi-automatic rifle as he chased them down the street.
Murder begins when self-defense ends. Now, that was a simple sentence said many, many years ago, but that simple sentence perfectly encapsulates why this defendant right there, Travis Rudolph, is sitting in the chair that he's sitting in.
The 4 men arrived when Rudolph's girlfriend contacted them.
Ain't take this dude seriously, man. His hairline all messed up.
Other his phone, telling them to come shoot up the house.
He made me feel good about my hairline.
Brother testifying he was throwing punches at Rudolph during the fist fight, but insisting no one pulled a gun and all 4 ran and got into their car. But Rudolph's attorney insisting Rudolph was acting in self-defense.
Isn't that a fact? That you guys immediately attacked him, never giving him a chance to do anything.
No.
Rudolph's attorneys say he never began shooting until 2 of the men in the car pointed guns at him through the windows, and he was in fear for his life.
They were vigilantes. They were 4 men who went there to retaliate and kill, just as they were ordered to do.
But Kashawn Jones saying he was in the front seat and did not see Sebastian Jean-Jacques lean out of the back seat and point a gun at Rudolph.
I'm telling you that I didn't see any guns pointed.
And 2 of the men did apparently have weapons. Testimony in this case will continue throughout the week. Live in West Palm Beach, Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.
All right, we're going to play the other one regarding the girlfriend.
Okay.
I was going to say the wording that she used, the attorney, where she said you guys were ordered to go kill him. That's very important. And him only denying that he didn't see the guy hanging out the window with the gun, that's basically going to be reduced to hearsay. So it's going to be his word against Rudolph's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For former NFL player and FSU star Travis Rudolph continues. Testimony for the trial. It started Wednesday. Rudolph is accused of killing a man and injuring another during a shooting in Lake Park 2 years ago. Rudolph says it was self-defense. Our Caleb Califano live outside the Palm Beach County
Jesus, they
Courthouse.
couldn't get this guy another toupee or something. Like,
Well, it definitely was an intense morning here in the courtroom as the defense started their cross-examination of Dominique Jones. That's the former girlfriend of Travis Rudolph. It's also the same woman the defense cast some initial blame on the night of the shooting. Now, the defense going back through Jones and Rudolph's relationship, discussing financial situations, their future, Rudolph's future in the Canadian Football League, and what happened the night of the shooting. Jones walked through how she was, quote, more hurt than angry when she found texts from other women in Rudolph's phone the night of the shooting, but then immediately wanted to leave and not escalate it any further, alleging that Travis was the erratic one and wouldn't let her leave at first. When asked about texts sent to Jones' brother Keyshawn, one of the 4 men who confronted Travis the night of the shooting, Dominique says a specific inflammatory text she sent, which included the phrase shoot up, was not meant as a literal threat, but was a text sent out of emotion.
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house.
Now, the murder trial of Travis Rudolph is expected to last a week as we learn more about these witnesses and more details. We'll make sure to keep you updated on air and online. For now, we're live in West Palm Beach. Caleb Califano, WPBF 25 News.
She wasn't cute enough for all that trouble.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. And just watching her doing, on the witness stand during the trial. I mean, she has a nasty attitude. She's rude. She's disrespectful. So, bro, I'm sure he had to see some early warning signs, early on in dealing with this woman. And the fact that she was married, in addition to that, just to kind of put icing on the cake, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he, NFL player, CFL player, bro. I'm sure he could have done a whole lot better with dealing with her,
Man, she got a moon pie face. What the hell going on?
I'm doing better than he did.
boy.
What the heck? Well, I mean, what you guys? You supposed to get all that money, man? What y'all doing, bro?
Nah, I mean, if you go from the NFL to Canadian League, yeah.
No, bro. You got to realize he really wasn't like a Ray Lewis or a Lamar Jackson type superstar on terms of the NFL level. He was on a practice squad.
I know that.
I'm talking about the money portion.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like I was telling JP, he didn't have cheese like that. But the point
But still,
like this, who think that the rules don't apply to them. This man is fighting for his freedom because he was ambushed.
Yeah, I mean, he literally was. And, there's no terminology talking about, oh, yeah, shoot some up mean go fist fight. Nah. Shoot some up meant shoot his damn house up.
Yeah,
we know everybody on this panel know what that means.
No, because and guess what? During the trial, basically was saying, hey, she said go shoot this ish up. And so they try to use some kind of analogy. Like if you tell somebody, punch him in the ish, that means punch him in the face. Like, come on, man. You trying to play all of these word games and use semantics. So I'm not gonna lie. Whoever her lawyer, whoever it is, supposedly they have to be coaching her up. Because it seems like she's trying to find a loophole in everything they get her in.
Right.
Yeah.
She finna catch a civil suit. That's what she's gonna catch.
Hold on, let me show y'all this, y'all.
Yeah, first and foremost, if the chick named Dominique, that's a warning sign already.
That's hilarious.
He seen his phone on the couch, so he kind of put 2 and 2 together.
You waited for him to come back in so that you can confront him. Isn't that what's happening?
I didn't confront him. He kind of confronted me about the situation because he's seen his phone was open.
She looked like that one Pokemon.
Hurt him, and that's why you stayed in the house.
Jinx.
So you would confront him and then destroy his property. Did you not?
No, I wanted to grab my things and I wanted to leave.
Well, You immediately went off on him, didn't you?
No,
Yesterday, you told the jury I was hurt. I was not angry. You remember that?
yes.
You were actually very angry, were you not?
I was more so hurt than angry.
But you were also angry, weren't you?
I was more so hurt than angry.
I like how she tried to separate the emotions, like they
Mm-hmm.
that far apart.
Like she practiced that.
And them Japanese were wrong for that Pokemon jinx. That Pokemon racist as hell. They were wrong for that.
Well, they must have known that she was gonna be around sometime.
Boy. Yeah, old Dominique, man, on the wrong day. She looked like one of them Birmingham Barracudas or something.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're 100% right. I don't know what he's throwing this chick. To see you playing in the NFL, I know you had access to a better caliber woman than this.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. It ain't got to do with money. I've
Listen,
seen dudes
yeah.
with less that get better than this.
Dominique must have been talented in other areas. I'm sorry to say it, but or she might have just been paying him. Like she
Right.
probably was just giving him some money.
Bro, I don't care how good the box is. I don't care how good the mouth is. Bro, she not worth the hassle because this snobbish, like disrespectful attitude that she has, I'm sure she was like that during the course of their relationship. I'll be willing to bet.
Yeah.
I've dealt with the nonsense, bro. I'm telling you, no way.
Well, it sounded like she was wrong.
No. So I picked it up and I said, let me leave. And he ended up raising his hands up and he said, okay, you can go.
Right. So you
She
never
wouldn't get
hit
for me to find out if
threw the trophy at him. None
Never.
of it, right?
Not at all.
You
Okay.
also his PlayStation and broke it, did you not?
That was far. Are we going in chronological order or no?
I'm going in, I'm asking questions, you're answering them.
Okay.
The question was, regardless of the chronological order, at some point you took his PlayStation and you smashed it, did you not?
Yes,
Not the
I
PS5.
I did.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to
did all
leave.
these things not out of anger, but you did them because you were hurt, right?
It got to a point where I was angry, but with the questions that you were asking me, was I infuriated about him saying things about Kayla or the other things you were asking me? That was out of hurt, but it did get to an angry point. Yes, it did.
And that's when he was following you outside and he was in your ear telling you that Kayla had a better body than you, right?
It was more than that. It was the bitch word, the fuck you, it was more than just about a female.
Okay. And isn't it true? Let's talk about the B word. You were calling him a broke bitch. You were screaming at him out there on the front lawn, were you not?
After he started calling me one first, yeah,
She was paying him. She was paying
A
him.
broke bitch. What did you mean by that?
Respectful.
That he has no money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So why was that important? Why the fact that he had no money? Why was that something that was important to you at that point?
It wasn't important to me because I was still dealing with him when he didn't have money.
Okay. But why was that important at that point when you're being
because he's saying low blows to hurt my feelings, so as a reaction as a human, I'm gonna say low blows to hurt his feelings.
You were pretty fired up at this point, right?
I wasn't really that fired up, but I was upset and I was reacting to what he was saying to me at that point. Yes.
He testified yesterday before this jury that he compared me to other women. You remember that?
Yes.
So besides Kayla, who else did he compare you to?
It was just, I can't pinpoint names or anything like that. I don't really remember. It was just a lot of different names of who I am, what I am, and things like that.
And that sets you off, right?
Didn't set me off. I wanted to go. It was ready. It was time for me to go. It was just getting too heated.
Well, you saying now you wanted to go, but didn't you tell the jury yesterday? Then Travis said, "Get the F out of my house." Do you remember telling the jury that yesterday?
I told the jury that I had to go get my things.
You told the jury, then he said, "Get the F out of my
Man, they done
house."
caught her on so many lies.
That's what you told the jury yesterday.
Okay, he might have said.
Oh, that's fucked up. Who did that?
You out. He wasn't blocking you. He wanted you out of the
That's
house.
racist
He
as
wanted
fuck,
me to get
but-
out after he told me to go in the house
Yeah,
to get my
that's-
things. So I went into the house to grab my personal items that
Well,
I
yeah,
brought
you
over
too.
there.
Fair use, you
He
too.
didn't
Fair
want
use.
you there anymore. He wanted you out of his house. That's what you told the jury yesterday.
Okay.
He wasn't keeping you confined in there, was he?
He was.
He wasn't falsely imprisoning you yet on the 6th, was he?
He was keeping me confined in the room. That's why I picked up the trophy.
Houseway.
The F out of the house.
You're not in chronological order, so you're saying it.
At some point, he told you to get the F out of his house. Did he not?
After he held me in the room and was not allowing me to leave.
He wanted absolutely nothing to do with
This
you.
hand movement she got going on, you're gonna have
I
behavior.
want absolutely nothing to do with him.
And isn't true, you told this jury yesterday that Travis said, "I don't like you anymore." You remember that? You remember telling this to the jury yesterday?
He was saying, I don't necessarily remember him saying those exact words, but he was saying a lot of things. Like I said, as
Then why'd you tell the jury yesterday? He said, "I don't like you anymore."
he probably did say that. He was saying a lot of hurtful things.
So he did say that, right?
Okay, so yeah.
Right. So he
It's
told
fine.
you to get the F out of his house and he didn't like you anymore, right?
Okay.
According to YouTube guidelines, fair use YouTube, just letting y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they done caught this lady in so many lies.
Yeah, this is also for educational purposes, YouTube,
Yeah.
which falls under the Fair Use Act, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe they said you can use up to 15 minutes.
So, I'm done though. Anyway, but I got the point. So after listening to that, and I got a confession to make. That wasn't you two. That was me with the Jinx picture. What do y'all think about the situation? So basically, my question is, for Travis Rudolph, does he deserve? The coach already gave us his opinion. Does he deserve to go free, or was he wrong for shooting, unarmed, or people turning their back?
Boy, this might be an all-night topic for me, but I'll try to wrap this up in a nice little bow. From what I understand, obviously there was some domestic falling out or dispute, and then Dominique got upset, retaliated, weaponized her brothers, like literally weaponized her brothers, gave an order to shoot his shit up, which we all know that means shoot his damn house up. And as her dumbass brothers were doing, because they're caught on a Ring camera. How the hell do you execute an order using the front door? Like, hey man, you need to come outside. Like, we did that when we was kids, when we was getting ready to fight somebody, but shit, we were kids. We ain't had no damn good ass sense to wait till they came out the damn door and then whoop their ass. It was, nah, we bringing this to your front door. You gotta come out. You gotta come fight me. They was there trying to execute this man standing at the front door. So yeah, I'd shoot their ass just for being stupid, to be quite honest with you. That is a clear self-defense. The man is outnumbered. We don't know what kind of weapons, because didn't nobody, according to Keyshawn and them, they ain't see nothing. So we don't know what kind of weapons they have anyway. Like, by the time somebody in real life, because this ain't no movie, in real life, if somebody pull out a weapon on you, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. If they already have the weapon out pointed at you, it is too late. So you can't guess and try and figure out whether or not these people are armed, and if they're running away, what they gonna run away to. Hell, who knows if they was just running away to the car to go get a bigger weapon to come kill you with. Like, yeah, this man shouldn't be found guilty of anything, to be quite honest with you.
If anything, my advice to that brother is make good decisions on the people you deal with. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be a moral compass here. We all have done our dirt.
Oh yeah,
we all fall short. To to perfection, but if allegedly you messing with a married woman, and and
That
then it
Hmm.
turns
situation
out,
was already jacked up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes. And then on top of that, she the type of a woman that put her family members, male family members, in harm's way, in danger. And look what happened.
exactly. Now, to also to be honest with you, this is right up there to me. This is right up there with some woman actually claiming to have been raped by somebody, and that turned out not to be true. Like, they need to start pressing charges on folks like that too.
Hold up, brother. Great. YouTube, great. He didn't say the R word. He said great.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said great. I'm sorry. Holding someone against their will and performing, unauthorized acts. There we go.
There we go.
My fault. We don't want to get flagged. My
No,
bad.
no, Lord, no, Lord. But
Yeah.
but good point. Um, but Brent, was you done with your perspective? You had a very good perspective.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Just to
No,
kind of wrap it up, like,
no apologies needed.
unfortunately, these women are utilizing those types of tools because society is actually going to try and quote unquote look out for their best interests and everything. And unfortunately, women like Dominique use that as a weapon to maybe falsely imprison someone else, and then of course set her own brother up for failure, which cost him his life. So if anything, Dominique should actually be charged with criminal negligence as far as her brother getting killed due to a situation, and there should be some conspiracy charges, because shooting somebody's shit up basically is that, it's shooting somebody's shit up. But yeah, man, it's just the fact that sometimes these women actually just use that as a weapon to try to have their way, and that's wrong too.
Yeah, bro, I agree 100%. And the crazy thing about this entire situation is she got her brother killed, and more than likely she's gonna walk 100% walk scot free.
She is.
That's it, man. 86 Ghosts. What's your perspective?
Well, my perspective is, if those guys pulled off and a guy was hanging out the window with a gun, I don't take chances. If it even looks like you had a gun, I'm shooting faster than a cop.
There you go.
That's plain as day. If I feel like you have a chance to let one off, say I wait for him to pick it up and point it. If he's a better shot than me, this is going to be like the Wild West. He gets that shot off first. It don't matter if I got 100 rounds and 5 guns in my hand. If he gets that first shot off and it's the right shot, I'm gone. And as far as her, some people have said it's the brother. Some people said it was the brother's friend. I know one thing. Whether it's the brother or the friend, once they find out, her story was a whole hoax and a crock, and she was crying wolf, she's probably looking at a civil suit at the bare minimum. For instance, and I'm pretty sure the DA could get her for inciting violence. So she's gonna have she could have a civil suit, and she could have an actual case against her.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. To me, I think it should be more than just a civil suit. I mean, essentially, she got her brother killed. She put, like the brother was saying, she put her brothers in home. From what I understand, it's her brother and his friends. So essentially, she just sent her goons to kill her side dude. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so to me, I don't know what Florida law, but to me, it should be, some type of felony type charges, because she should go to prison, bro. I'm sorry, no two ways about it, but more than likely, no criminal charges are gonna be filed against her.
I believe federally, if you commit a crime, plan to commit a crime of any type, if you're involved in a crime. So if you and your friends, like if they would have gone there and killed him because she had any part to do with it, she would have faced the same penalties that they would have faced. So because of what happened to it, she created the, I guess, the issue, the narrative. Because that guy died, if they can link her to it, they can link her for involuntary manslaughter.
And the crazy thing about it is, the brother that the message that she sent to her brother saying shoot this ish up, she deleted it in some kind of way. I don't know how they was able to access it, but she knew she was.
They got it off the dead guy's phone, I believe.
Yeah, so she knew. Well, her brother. So basically, they got it off of her brother's phone. So, and of course, in the group message, her brother said he's a dead man walking. So if you just tie all of those things together, I mean, bro, I don't see how she could get away with it. And the reason why, I know you're right, 100% right, 86 Ghosts, is because there's a similar case to where this 14, 15-year-old girl basically had some of her peers. She had this issue with another little boy. And she had she called the 4 boys on her phone, and they got on the school bus, and they went to the back of the bus and tried to kill this little boy. Well, let me phrase that. I'm sorry, they tried to delete him. Pointed a gun point blank in his chest. I think they tried to fire it multiple times, and the gun jammed. It wouldn't discharge. And so now they didn't put their names out there because they are minors, but essentially it's the exact same thing. She got some other little goofy boys that were simps for her to go do this other boy something. I don't know what type of issue they had, but I'm sure it didn't have to escalate to that point. And to me, both of these situations were avoidable. The Travis Rudolph situation and the other situation where the little girl, got her little goofy friends to try to murk this little 14, 15-year-old boy,
It's crazy, man, and how many situations? Probably not to this extent with death, but how many of these situations happening right? All the time.
Like you were saying, bro. When you're dealing with these type of women with these Jezebel spirits, I don't care if she's 14-year-old or she's a married woman that's not worth the trouble with a nasty attitude and a nasty disposition. Like you said, bro, I mean, certain things, I think with the situation, I don't know the full details with the 14, 15-year-old boy and the 14, 15-year-old girl, but I know the entire situation with Travis Rudolph. I mean, I'm sure the red flags were there in terms of her personality. I'm sure, I mean, if she was like this on the stand, I'm sure she had a nasty attitude. She was rude. She was disrespectful. So he should have just, to a certain degree, I hate to say it, just dealing with that type of situation. Like JB was saying, situation already was jacked up. He put himself in harm's way in that particular situation,
Yeah, he did, and I just don't want him to pay for defending himself. He did something stupid by associating himself with that type of person. JB, what's your perspective? What do you think?
My only thing is, I wish he had an RPG so he can blow them dumb jackasses up.
But bro, the fact that he had the AR-15 is kind of why they saying it was excessive. And
I know that people get weapons, automatic weapons for just situations like that. When dumb niggas come in your house over some bad information a female give you, thinking they doing whatever, thinking they fight for her honor, and he bust caps in them. They ran up on the wrong one. Point blank, period.
I mean, showed up to this man's front door, bro.
Front door, tried to swing at him, and he was ready for him.
And one of them had a gun. So, I don't understand why they're saying that this is not self-defense. Bro, it was 4-on-1, and one person had a gun in their pocket. Like, if you had no intentions on shooting this ish up, then why one of the 4 people had a gun in their pocket? That's what I don't understand. So I hate to say it. I mean, I don't know what y'all brothers think. I hate to say I think he gonna get some time, but if it was up to me, he would walk scot-free and she would face criminal charges.
I wholeheartedly agree. He should be free.
The guy on the stand said that 2 of them had a gun, but he didn't think that they were pointing them when they pulled off.
But I mean, that's irrelevant though. I mean, 4 people come to your house, show up at your front door.
No, I'm saying that 2 people had a gun, so it wasn't just one person had a gun. He said 2 people had a gun, but he didn't think the guy who got shot was hanging out the window pointing it. So more than one person had a gun. So them saying that the AR-15 is excessive, they might as well go back and watch the interview on the, I think it was on the House floor. It was on a House floor or a state floor that the representative, when they asked him what did he need an AR-15 for, he said hunting. It's none of their business.
So 86, I gotta ask you a question, bro. You think he gonna walk or what?
It's Florida. Yeah, I mean I forgot what his name is. Zimmerman chased down a kid and basically shot him for no reason.
He did.
That's a totally different set of circumstances, though.
But there's also the woman who's getting beat by her husband, and she shot a bullet into the air. And they
exactly.
Gave her so when you black, it depends on who they want to actually punish. They may say, hey, you know what? You should walk free because you were defending yourself. And you 3, because your friend got killed in the commission of a crime, you guys are going to do 25 years to life. And she's going to do it too because she's the one who decided to start this whole mess. So if they can convict all 4 of them, they'll let him also, they can get the 4 of them. If they don't think they can get one of them, they're just going to get him just because they got him already.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, Mr. Rudolph is gonna wind up doing a little bit of time, man. That's unfortunate.
So the lesson we learned here, me, Brent, and JB need to stay our black asses in Texas if we're gonna defend ourselves.
Right, and don't fuck with nobody named Dominique.
Man, that's disheartening to hear. Even though he made a big ass mistake by associating himself with the likes of her. But
Jerry, I'm thinking, what was the brothers, the whatever they were thinking? You running up on a man that's not even her husband, a side dude.
Bro, Crimson Cure said the exact same thing. He was like, and all that, Jada Black said the same thing too. He was like, hold up, like you married, like why are we running up on somebody else? Like, aren't you married? I mean, whether the divorce finalized or not, she's a married woman. I mean,
why would you care? What do you care of what the side dude is doing? You married.
Yeah, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, just me thinking, because I have a sister and she's married. Bro, if she was like, hey, this side dude did, I'm like, what? Man, hey, that's none of my business. So trying to be a white knight and save his sister, even though his sister was as wrong as 2 left feet, and basically he lost his life because of it. And I mean, she should feel guilt and remorse just on the fact that, you know, her brother's no longer with her because of her stupid actions and the fact that she called him to be Captain Save a sister. Man, hey, she should feel bad, bro.
Cause I'm sitting down with her, and we gotta have a discussion on why you sending dudes off on the side dude. The side dude is the side, or the side. Yeah, the side piece is the side piece. Period. They don't last long.
The biggest problem we have today is that we don't tell our sisters and mothers no sometimes.
Right.
My sister would never even send me into that situation because she already knows I'll go batch crazy. Like somebody gonna die today.
Right.
So if it ain't important, she not going to, because she know I'm going to jail or I'm going to hell. It's gonna be one of the two.
Because your sister a real woman, she know, because if she ever and not saying she ever will do anything like this, but let's say hypothetically, if she did, it sounds like that she is a woman and will take accountability of her own responsibility and won't put you in a situation like that.
And this family, you gonna get the truth. So if she did something like that, I'd be chewing her out for the stupidity that she got.
Facts.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't do the you got to protect so and so at all costs. Wait, hold on, you did what? You hit him upside the head with a bottle? No wonder he hit you upside the head.
Now some women will say, well, shoot, they were separated. It don't matter if she technically on paper still married. It's none of y'all business. And they need to he need to defend her honor. Not all, but some of them, with that mindset to think that you a man need to, or family, the man in the family, if they ever in a situation like that, need to come and regulate.
But the thing about it, she basically says she was attacked. Bro, basically they say he didn't slap her, hit her, punch her, kick her. He did her nothing. She attacked him. But yet she cried wolf and she played the victim, So, I mean, that in itself, basically she initiated the entire situation. And like 86 said, basically, I know in my situation, my sister wouldn't, like he said, my sister wouldn't ask me to do anything like that. But if she did, like he said, I wouldn't know how to say no in that situation because, like, you totally in the wrong. Like, man, you can't rationalize nor justify that situation. Basically, you got your brother murked because you sent him in harm's way. You thought, well, hey, they won't get the competitive advantage. I mean, just think about it. So just say he didn't have the AR-15. If they would have offed him, I mean, hey, so basically you sending him to off somebody. That's basically what you're doing.
Right. Because you don't go to talk to nobody with a gun in your pocket.
Oh yes, you can. But in that situation, they were in a.
Not in that situation, you don't. Not from with the text message.
I'm just saying in general, but as far as them coming up to somebody's property, it doesn't matter if you coming to talk to somebody or not. You on my property, and then old boy put two and two together after he just had an argument with.
You arranged a place, not his place.
Yeah.
I think that was his mom's place or his place, either or. But either way, bro. I mean, it's no justifying that because all right, just take him having the AR-15 out the equation. If he go out there, it's 4-on-1, bro. So,
and you're at your home.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So he had every right to protect and defend himself. I'm sorry.
He didn't feel like taking no ass whooping. I mean,
no. I mean, hey, and not only that, but like you said, they both had guns. So I'm gonna be truthful, bro. He should walk. I don't even see how they could justify or rationalize any kind of way of giving this man 1 day in prison, as far as I'm concerned.
If this was in Texas, it wouldn't even be a case because in Texas, if they come on your property, as long as you get them before they get off your property, you're fine. And that's how Bun B killed that home intruder. Because even though the guy ran away, he was still on Bun B's property. In Texas, that's perfectly fine. In Florida, it depends on what they feel like because the standing ground law, it was some old guy. He was in the 70s, and these kids were in, these young teenagers, they were in their car. They're playing rap music. He asked them to turn it down. They said no. And apparently, while they were still sitting in their seats in their seatbelts, he felt threatened and shot both of them and killed them. And he walked off with the stand your ground law. At a 7-Eleven parking lot.
I don't mean to cut you off, 86, but like you said, they pretty much pick and choose because I don't care nobody say with the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman situation. Zimmerman murdered that young boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, we all know this. Anybody with common sense and they're not prejudiced or racist knows that. But
Zimmerman moved to Texas and still got four. He got 4 different gun charges in Texas. I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah, he had another situation. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know where it was, but basically he was sitting at the bar and he told yeah, I'm the one that murdered the Trayvon Martin kid, blah, 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 blah. And black dude heard him and they went to get on his ass. And, he called the cops and acted like a little broad. I mean, because, at one point he was living in Atlanta, bro. Like 7A said all the time. At this point, I'm shocked nobody got him. You know what I'm saying? Even if they didn't give him a Tekashi 6ix9ine beating, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised like no harm has come to this man because he's had multiple legal situations,
If I'd have caught him slipping, I'd have laid hands on him at the bare minimum.
Like I said, nigga courage, man. Nigga courage, but just with that situation, man, people like the laws in Florida is messed up, man. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that that I'm forgetting that happened over there in Florida where the laws, it just doesn't. If you're black, you better make sure.
Oh, you mean like you can't teach black history anything past 1976 now?
Yep. It is messed up. Like my homeboy moved to Florida and he's like, it's good. All right, okay. Just, how you be liking to dip in them bras, man. I don't blame you, but you be putting yourself in awkward situations. Just be careful.
You better have them sign a waiver before and after.
Because he's the type of goofy dude to get himself in this situation, to be honest with you. Not trying to wish that on him, but
that's what happened to those two football players. I forgot what state they were from, but they were on the pivot, and they had the girl sign. The girl came over. They had her sign the waiver before, then signed the waiver after. They even took pictures, and 2 weeks later, they get cops coming to the door talking about they assaulted her and XYZ. They got put in jail. 3-4 days later, they got released. They showed, the stuff that they had, still had to wait a year for their court date. By then, the football team that kicked them off the football team and everything. Didn't even wait for
the Ohio State situation, now, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't even wait.
Small bull.
And that's something that the Bullets at the time, they were named Chris Webber and Juwan Howard. That's what they used to do. Hey, if you walk in this room, you got to sign this waiver.
And the thing about it is there was no consequence for her actions, She pretty much got off on that too.
You got to be on to get off. They just said okay and move forward, and then she faded into the abyss, and nothing was heard or said from her again.
But she ruined their college career though, bro. And there was no consequence for her actions though,
she ruined it. She ruined it for sure, but they didn't even try to press her for anything. They were like, you said this is what happened? All right, cool. Then when it was found out it wasn't true, they didn't even put her name in the paper.
Like Brian Banks. You remember Brian Banks?
Yeah, didn't he serve like 6 years or something?
Mm-hmm. And he got a chance with Atlanta, with us, with the Baltimore and then Atlanta, but he actually played with Atlanta for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he might have, because he was jumping from team to team. People were trying to give him a chance, but by then he was already in his early 30s.
Yeah, I think he actually got out and got her to admit that she lied.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they need to come up with some type of law for making these false accusations,
Exactly.
Basically, you ruining these men's lives,
Exactly. They need to be held accountable too. Like I'm not trying to admonish or punish any women or any woman that had actually been victimized. But at the same time, if you're weaponizing like that type of situation and you're literally ruining a man's life, then you need to pay for that too. Like you need to be held accountable for that too.
I feel like the best way is going to be for every minute that he served, get in that jail. And it needs to be the same level security jail that he had to be in.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to see no jail at all.
Right.
I mean, he shouldn't, but if he ends up in jail for any reason, then you need to end up in jail. If you give somebody catches a sexual assault case and they have to be registered as an offender, then when they find out that it was false, that person who gave those false allegations need to be registered as an offender, and any jail time that was served by the person they accused needs to be served by them. I don't care if it was 3 days in holding till they figured out that it was a false accusation. You need to go through that too. It needs to be on your record. It needs to be on your record as a sexual assault case, and you need to register just like the person who would have went to jail needed to do at the bare minimum. And that civil lawsuit, that's still open too.
Yeah. But we constantly reminded every day, man, it is not a fair or just world. I would love that, but yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Just what it is the base of it. Us as men, we just need to stop acting thirsty. You know what I mean? Be careful who we associate ourselves with. You know what I mean? And anybody can be fooled, but the obvious stuff that
It goes back deeper than that. Where it goes back to is the politicians know the men will vote a certain way, so they enact these certain laws to swoon the women. The women make politicians earn their votes. If you ever look at the presidential election, they say, "Oh, the disparity in women votes here and here, and the women votes here and here. That's going to make the difference in this vote. In this vote." So they come up with the laws that make women say, "Oh, this guy's for us," and he gets those votes. And as men, we don't hold them accountable. Just like as black people, we don't hold these guys accountable. When you get inside here, I need you to do something for me. So they're going to make whatever laws they need to make the women happy, and that's going to keep getting them elected over and over again.
I agree.
I hear you, but I'm just talking about just in your area, in your circumference, like just your everyday life. You know, daggone well messing with this girl. I don't care how, good she look, or she, her body looking right. She's telling you how she jacked up the other two dudes before you, and you still associate yourself with this type. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Not really going that deep political, just a lot of dudes just mess with females that's in their circumference because there ain't nothing else to do. But I'm saying, be like 78 have said, just quit being so thirsty, quit being so lonely. Get yourself together.
That's definitely true. But I mean, like you walk in a bar, you buy a girl a drink, you try to hang out with her. Next thing you know, you got a case. Guy walks across town and a woman sees his name. It's like, oh, that's a nice name. She has a kid and she writes his name on a birth certificate, and he's fighting for his life to get off of child support for a child he didn't have, for a woman that he didn't know.
Yeah, deceit. Yeah, I definitely, like you said earlier.
But yeah, you thirsty, that's on you. You jump in that fish tank full of water and start swimming, that's your fault.
Yeah, but as far as deceit, like you said, definitely need laws for that. Definitely. Man, but gentlemen, I appreciate you for hopping on with me, man. Just want to do a show just to just chop it up, just talking about what's going on, man. And I'll try to have some shows either Friday or Saturday, Sunday, one of those days. Especially after the NBA game. And I know I'm not an NBA guy, but I will talk about it. But right now, football, everybody's trying to see where college people play. These young boys trying to see what team they fit on, and NFL, everybody trying to check out their new toys they got and sign people, and rosters trying to get rearranged and ready for the upcoming season. So it's not really no news right now. But I will say is that I don't know if this is true. I did read an article that DeAndre Hopkins basically just shot us down as far as the chances of him signing with us. I don't know how true it is.
What?
It's 100% accurate.
So what was his rationale?
Like I said, I don't know how true it is. You know how these sports writers may have stuff they heard something behind the scenes or talk to agents, and they trying to get the story out. But that's one of the stories I did hear, but hopefully it's not true. But like I did say that we may not be an option. It hurts me to say it, but we may not be an option for DeAndre. But if he does not pick, like I said on the last show, the Chiefs,
The Bills.
the Bills, or a team of that caliber that only need few pieces to make it to the Super Bowl,
Bengals.
or the Bengals.
That
If he
was the
doesn't
three-
pick a team like that,
That were your three teams, but I disagree with the three teams me myself. But that's another story.
Yeah, the Bengals already full of receiver anyway. They don't need nobody.
yeah, I don't think it was the Bengals, but a team I can understand it because he want to win. But if he gets with the Chiefs or the Bills mainly, he's trying to win a championship. But if you get with the Jets or something like that, he's trying to he's just getting paid, man. But I think he's trying to win a championship. So I'm surprised he doesn't want to get with it. If that is true, he may not like Baltimore.
Yeah, the crab cakes ain't enough to sign him. So forget it.
You can't go to the Bengals and they trade Boyd because Boyd wants a payday or he wants out next year. I think his rookie stuff is up, so they could sign him and then trade Boyd to somebody else for a number one or number 2 pick.
Well, he sure ain't going to the Pittsburgh where all there is stealing ass over there. Smell like stealing
Oh,
ass.
you funny.
Um,
There was a misunderstanding with that man stealing that car in that playbook. The misunderstanding.
But I do hope that he goes with us. But I'm a realist. There's other teams like I forgot the Cowboys. Another team that may need a wide receiver like that to help them get them over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, we never gonna hear the end of it if they sign that boy. Golly.
But you know what? That makes sense.
Don't say that, JB.
Man, please don't let the Dallas Blank boys sign that man. They don't need him anyway.
I call him the Kyle. You know what?
Now, what's scary?
I call them the Dallas F boys.
You can cancel Christmas, like
I call him the Kyle B word. You know
now, Brent and 86 and JB, us being we Brent liking the Steelers and 86 and JB and myself liking the Ravens. If he goes to the damn Chiefs, then and one of our teams make it to the AFC Championship, we most likely gonna run into the Chiefs, and they gonna be already hard to stop. If they got a weapon like D-Hop. That's scary.
Very scary. Very scary.
Lamar, at least it'd be scary, but with 8, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true. But you already got to deal with Travis getting open. Nobody can really cover him because he's fast and big like that. He kind of remind me of a Gronk. And then you got somebody like Hopkins. People talking about he's not that fast. You never worried about Hopkins' speed. It's his catch radius and the fact he can get open. He can make up his own routes. He can get open by himself. So,
exactly.
That's exactly what Lamar needs.
Lord, don't get him with
all these years. So I'm kind of bummed that he's not going to ball.
Oh, he ain't gonna go to the Cowboys. Dak throws more picks than touchdowns, so that's out.
Anybody
because the AFC is already loaded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, y'all don't need them. Y'all got Odell and Mark Andrews, man. Y'all need to be happy with that.
Zay Flowers, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, y'all picked up Zay Flowers. Yeah, that's scary enough, man.
You can have what you want.
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do with DeAndre anyway if y'all get him? Like,
sit, baby.
There's only one ball.
Same thing y'all gonna do with him if he get on y'all team. But
Won't
I
need him.
forgot. Yeah, y'all don't got nobody to throw to him. Y'all got
baby
two glove Kenny Pickett. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Kenny Pickett has actually made 4 game-winning drives his rookie season. No one else has ever done that. Now that means that we've been playing from behind a lot, but again, ain't no other rookie did that.
I hate the game-winning drive stat because people always say, "Oh yeah, Tom Brady had this many, and Peyton Manning only had this many." Peyton beat you from the opening bell to the ending bell. He did. He ain't had no time to be behind you.
Well, I'm glad y'all got a decent Pittsburgh quarterback because that Nathan Peterman was garbage. I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
Yes, I mean, comeback victories. If you have a good offense, why are you coming back in the first place? It means that the QB didn't do his job the first 3 quarters, and in the 4th quarter, he decided to do what he was supposed to do. That ain't even clutch because clutch is doing what you got to do in the first place.
Okay, did he win? Yes or no, Brandon?
No, I'm not taking away the wins. I'm just talking about all time, every single quarterback. They say, how many comeback victories does he have? Why is he behind?
Well, I mean, everybody loves a great comeback story. It's about facing adversity and overcoming it. Okay, that's the story I'm gonna stick with until we can keep a lead. I mean, excuse me, that's just gonna be something I stick with.
I want the monster, and I want my foot on your neck from opening bell to ending bell. I want to knock out in the 3rd round. I don't feel like sitting here watching this for 20 minutes. I just need to win and know I won, and we can go about our business.
Fair enough.
I feel you want like a Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder knockout. You ain't trying to do no Floyd Mayweather 12-round beat.
I ain't trying to be worried at all. I need to be okay, yeah, we're just playing with him. Okay, yeah, we can do this. Like I'm trying to have Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to be unstoppable, unbeatable.
Yes, forget being fair.
Oh, I'm sorry, cause ain't nobody talk about the Saints, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Hey, I bet you the Saints will beat the Ravens. You feel me?
Word.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Hey, the Saints gonna win their division. Can you say the same thing with the Ravens?
But we got. You know what though? We actually got to do homework in our division. Your division ain't nothing to. You can win that division, y'all. Anybody that come out that division is probably, if y'all get a wild card, y'all not gonna get past the 1st round.
Man, first of all, there gonna be no wild card. They're gonna win the division. First of all, second of all, I mean, the NFC ain't nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna trip and fall on something.
Whereas the AFC, man, come on, man, you got the Bengals, you got the Bills, and you got the Chiefs. Come on, man, that's 3 killers right there in the same division. I mean, same conference. Whereas, I mean, who you got to worry about outside of the Eagles? I mean, outside of the Eagles, nobody really, put no fear like in your heart like that in the NFC.
So you relishing in the fact that you got a weak division.
Well, hold on, the Panthers might beat them.
With who? With Andy Dalton? Hey, I'll take that.
Don't they got that rookie quarterback though?
Yeah, they got Bryce.
Yeah, they got Andy Dalton too, so they tell you everything they need to know. They might just sit him for his entire rookie year. You know what I'm saying?
Andy Dalton gonna light y'all ass up.
Man, you out your mind. Hey, if Andy Dalton was that guy, first of all, Andy Dalton still would be in Cincinnati, and if he was that guy, he still would be in New Orleans. So he's not in Cincinnati, nor is he in New Orleans. So they tell you everything you need to know about him.
True.
How y'all defense looking, coach?
The defense is kind of shaky in terms of.
Y'all see that little pause? Y'all hear that little pause?
No. I'm telling you what it is. You know,
that deep breath before the sigh.
Hey, they lost David Ayumata. They lost Shy Tuttle, but at the same token, you got Malcolm Roach, still got Cam Jordan. So I think the defensive line gonna be decent. We're gonna see if we can pull a fast one and get Patrick Queen. You know what I'm saying? Because we need another linebacker. But other than that, I think the defense should be solid, decent. Not what it was last year.
Y'all gonna look like y'all defense gonna look like the year one of the Ryans brothers, not Rex, but the other Ryan brother coach y'all.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Rex was a good defensive coordinator. They just didn't have the pieces they needed.
Man, that was terrible. I was like, dang.
Coach,
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was telling Coach there's something for him in the chat.
I don't know. I don't see nothing in the chat, bro.
He said, breaking news, Saints projected to win the NFC. Soft.
That's not right. Hey, I'll take whatever I get, bro. It is what it is. Hey, that's like you telling me, guess what? My middle school team, we'd have been in the softest league ever. Guess what? A championship is a championship. I'll take it no matter how I get it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. But I like even though he gets a lot of crap, I like Derek Carr, man. It's just the fact that
I don't think he worth the amount of money he got as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. I don't think he's all that bad quarterback. I think him playing with the Raiders, especially playing with the organization like the Raiders, anything can go wrong. So, it's interesting. I'm gonna sit back and watch him with the Saints, but who knows?
I think with the Raiders, their owner can't afford to fire the coach.
What kind of nonsense is that?
But
wait, they signed McDaniels to a big contract because they got rid of Gruden, and he had that $100 million contract. What is McDaniels' contract look like to where they can't get rid of him?
Well, as far as LBHT did a thing on this, and I think it's like over the last couple of years, over like 1.8 billion has been paid out to coaches who have been fired or lost their jobs. So when you hire those coaches for that 6 years, whatever million, that contract is basically fully guaranteed. So the fact that they won't fully guarantee the players is insanity, because when the coach was it Dable that got fired, he is now coaching in college, but the Panthers are still paying his salary.
Hilarious.
Oh.
When these coaches get fired, they still get that money.
You talking about Matt Rule, yeah.
Matt Rule, yeah. When these coaches get fired, they still get that money.
Yeah, Carolina is still paying them. You're right.
I'm glad, Jared, you be bringing people on this show with different perspectives, like, Coach, Brent, and now we got Brandon. I did not know that. So all these people that had something to say about Lamar Jackson getting guaranteed money, especially some of these coaches, but they asses was getting guaranteed money.
Yeah, coaches get guaranteed money. A lot of the vice presidents in the front office, their money, they still get their money. They sign a contract for that money. It's not like, if you get hurt or you XYZ. Like it's a lot of these coaches are like, you could get fired from the NFL. I think Matt Rule's salary is a certain amount for the Panthers, and because he has another head coaching job, that head coaching job just offsets how much the Panthers have to pay, but pretty much he's still getting the same amount as if he was an NFL coach. So if he gets $7 million a year from the Panthers and the college team is paying him $2 million, the Panthers still have to pay him $5 million to make sure he's getting $7 million in money until their contract has been up.
Dang.
But the thing about it, the owners were trying to prevent the NFL from turning into the NBA from the perspective of they don't want all these contracts fully guaranteed. That was the reason why so many NFL GMs and owners were upset with the Cleveland Browns for giving Deshaun Watson this fully guaranteed contract. And that's why they held the line from the standpoint of they made sure Lamar Jackson contract wasn't fully guaranteed. Because if that's the case, guess what? The next franchise quarterback gonna want his fully guaranteed contract, and the next one, then eventually, all the top players gonna want the contracts fully guaranteed, and then next thing you know, you're gonna have 53, 55 players in the NFL on your team will have fully guaranteed contracts, and that's what they were trying to prevent.
Yeah, but the crazy part is the NFL, due to the CBA, the NFL owners have to spend a minimum of a certain percentage of the money that comes in.
Revenue sharing, is a certain floor. Just like in the NBA, you have to spend a certain amount.
Right. Yeah. So between Fox, NBC, CBS, and ABC, the owners collect over $9 to $10 billion a year in revenue that they split between the 32 teams. That's $800 million. The salary cap isn't even that high, and that's not even considering your merch, commercials, promotions, what you make inside the stadium from selling food, concessions, and seats, whatnot, the special events that you hold. All that money comes to the NFL. So just the TV deals alone is almost $800 million a team. Imagine how much they're charging for the 16 games, the parking, the merch, and the food. Them players aren't even seeing 12 to 15% of what the full salary cap is. So what if you guarantee a player salary? It won't kill you. It won't hurt you.
Oh,
you make
I 100%. But look at the player. With the player name that got hurt with the Bills. I mean, bro, they're not gonna cover his medical expenses more than likely.
The Bills actually on that one, I did a video on the salary cap and why players should just get paid what they need to get paid, because DeMar Hamlin can happen to anybody.
Yeah,
the Bills had a clause in his contract, and I think last year was the last year in his contract where they could void like $2.3 million. And they actually went ahead and said, because he got hurt on the field and we're just happy that he's alive, they went ahead and gave him that full $3 million for his last year. Because even he had an injury clause in his contract. They put injury clauses in almost all these players' contracts. So his injury clause would have kept him from getting that full $3 million. And the Bills were like, we'll give it to him. We're just happy he's okay.
Well, shout out to the Bills and F everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think they had to do that, though.
Yeah, because, I mean, from a PR standpoint, it would look so bad. This guy got hurt.
It would have been ugly if they didn't. So,
yeah,
they still could have, and they could have survived it. But the Bills Mafia, like, they're so crazy with donating. Like, they play other teams, and they donate to that star player's, charity. When we lost to them in the playoffs, they donated to Lamar's. When they won against, I forgot who they played next, they donated to that. Like they'll donate to anything. So as soon as he got hurt, they just went crazy, and they were I think his was just to get Christmas gifts, and I think his thing was like 200,000, like 30,000 or something like that. By the next morning, he had like 1.5 million donated. He probably hadn't even woke up yet.
Well, shout out to the Bills Mafia, man.
Yes, sir. They still ain't messing with that worldwide Steelers fan base, but it is what it is.
But I mean, I guess the crazy thing about it is, I guess they don't want players, like 86 goals are saying. I mean, I don't think it's gonna hurt their pockets at all, but I guess they still don't want, like I remember the Knicks signed this player named Jerome James, and he had a contract. His contract, he was a beast. Then after that, he just was. Every time he got paid, he should have pulled up to the paycheck window with a ski mask on, because guess what? He was robbing them. So I guess they try to prevent those type of situations, But like he said, I mean, that's probably just a drop in the bucket, when you factor in these other things like parking and concessions and so on and so forth. But that's how the rich stay rich, though. The greed.
Oh yeah, that merchandising too, Coach 67. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bro, I could imagine.
But that's money that they have to spend, though. You have to spend it regardless. So, I mean, you're willing to pay it to people who don't get on the field.
Absolutely, man. It is bass backwards, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But man, I feel like I could just talk all night, bro. But I know we gotta wrap this up sometime soon. But and I
Yeah,
hate
we
that
gonna.
part. But
Yeah,
man, this was a good whatever Wednesday, bro. Thank you so much for having us on.
thank y'all for taking some time out y'all night and hopping on with me. 86 Goats, aka Brandon, Brent Fox, JB, Coach 67 Sport TV. You know you my guy. All of y'all, man. I love y'all, brothers, man. Appreciate y'all. Um, anything y'all wanted to say or before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, real quick, I want to say first of all, shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC Lions Den basketball community in this particular instance. Shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. On my channel, I'm getting ready to drop a couple videos about players that were in the transfer portal that's committed to the Southern University. So y'all check that out. Shameless plug. And everybody have a blessed and phenomenal evening. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show,
All right, brother Brandon.
Hey, I have fun. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was nervous y'all was going to be talking about everything I don't know anything about. But if not, I was still going to be watching. So,
and his brother always support. So I appreciate Brandon, and please, y'all brothers, y'all go subscribe to his channel. He's Brandon Bazell on YouTube, and he be having like food, and he also ride motorcycles, and he's a newlywed. So he's talking about relationship situations and everything. He talks about everything. So please subscribe.
Not yet, July 8th.
Oh, July 8th. Sorry, brother. July 8th. He and his wife to be will be married. So, congratulations, brother.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Congratulations, bro.
I found one that ain't named Dominique, and we don't call it or anything.
And ain't got a moon pie face.
Oh no! I told her, I said I love you, but if you was ugly, we would just be friends.
Boy,
Hilarious.
Yeah, you gonna do well here, bro.
I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna lie to myself. If you ugly, I'm gonna end up cheating. That's just gonna be that's just gonna be life. So we ain't even gonna start.
You a fool.
Honesty is starting it off right.
And lastly, my brother JB.
Man, as usual, thank you for having me, Jared. Hopping on and chilling with the brothers. I always enjoy y'all, and I enjoyed it, especially in the middle of the work week. So I'll catch y'all next time.
All right. I just want to finally say shout out to the mighty LDBC. Y'all have a blessed night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, you too, bro.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Did you get Brent, bro?
Yeah, I think I went first, man.
Yeah,
so I'm good.
Okay. Do y'all have a good night then, yo?
All right, peace and blessings, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Love y'all.
Love y'all too, man. Bye.